Hello, I'm Doodle and welcome to the 100 days for my first ever series on the channel. I got super lucky with this series and found a dinosaur egg really early, however it didn't hatch in spring, so this video is going to start a little bit differently. For spring and summer, I'm only going to include the main events that you need to know about, so we can speed through to where our dino hatching begins. Don't you worry about the days I cut out though, they're only going to contain stuff like mining or foraging. This is a modded series, so if you want to check out any of them, they will all be in the description down below. And whilst you're there, please like the video. The algorithm is having a right strop with me right now, and I wanted to see the error in its ways. Enough stalling, let's jump straight into the spring highlights for our dinosaur journey. Day 1. My first day of my first ever Stardew video. I checked out the expanded forest and grabbed the forest sword, then headed to Pierre's and spent probably too long looking at all the modded crops. Our farm in this series is pretty big. This image doesn't even cover all of it, and I have a hot springs mod installed too, so if you see my HP or my energy randomly go up, you'll know why. I told you it was a highlights, so we're jumping straight to day 5, where Marnie drops off a stray dog on the farm. I named them Spud, and spent some time running around town with them. What is this box? If you come to my live streams, then you would already know, but enough of that. I spent the rest of the day fishing, and that night I got level 1 and level 2 farming and level 3 fishing. Day 7. If you were wondering about that box, you didn't have to wait long. Inside was a dog waiting to be adopted. So I did, and I named them Mozzarella. Most of this day was spent smashing geodes at Clint's and donating stuff to the museum. However, today is also the day that gave this video its name. At 8:50 PM on the 7th of spring, which is my Stardew Valley birthday, I fished up a dinosaur egg and I was so excited! So new goal, save up for the coop and then save up for the bigger coop as fast as possible so that we can get dinosaurs as soon as possible. Straight to day 10 now. I had finally saved up enough wood and money to buy a chicken coop, which I placed by the house for now. Then I spent 3 days fishing and I can't remember why. Maybe getting that dinosaur egg broke my brain. Day 13. I showed off all my crops, including rice and lentils, then headed to the egg festival. I bought as many strawberry seeds as possible, then won the egg hunt, picking up a straw hat, which of course I put on straight away. Whoa, day 18 already, we're speeding through. Demetrius is here, and I chose the mushroom cave. Back to Robins we go, as I need to upgrade the coop once more if we want to incubate our dinosaur egg. It's the last day of the spring berry season, so I collected some more and planted some seeds too. We ended up with 182 salmon berries, which is pretty good going. It's day 20 now. The coop is upgraded and we can finally start hatching our first dinosaur. I made a little enclosure out the front because on day 21 we're adding some friends to the farm. I got 2 ducks, naming them Frodo and Sam, and I do have a reskin mod in this playthrough, leading to about 8 colour variations per animal. This isn't important now, but it will be later. Day 23 I headed to Pierre's and finally got the first backpack upgrade. No idea how it took me this long, and I finished the spring foraging bundle too. It was at this point I realised I didn't want to do the community centre this time, and thoughts began about selling my soul to Joja. It's day 27. Our ducks have both grown up. I headed back to the mines and found a shadow slime, which dropped a wood mallet, a modest upgrade from the forest sword. On the way home, I moved the coop and silo to a new area, making sure to clear up the mess left behind. Day 28 was the final day of episode 1. I picked up my copper watering can and looked over my progress in the museum so far. I bought some expensive sprinklers from Sophia, which wasn't a great move, then did a little bit of fishing. I like to do a summary at the end of these episodes, so I looked at my stats and at the map of my farm, as a way of measuring my progress over these first 28 days. Day 29, it's summer, and between episodes I've discovered that I can have coloured dinosaurs. There are 7, green, blue, purple, black, grey, cream and white, with a hidden 8th dinosaur with the vanilla texture on. It's time to buy some seeds. I headed to Pierre's to find basil, bell pepper, cucumber, currants and dragon fruit, just to name a few, then spent some time planting and watering them all. Day 30, we have some sprinklers, and I also forgot to let the ducks out yesterday. I decided I would spend the next 2 days in the mines, getting some weapons upgrades and working through the ice floors until the end of day 31. That evening I went to the saloon, and accidentally hit Shane with a club, then to the bus stop where we met this little guy. I named them Basil, and now we have 3 pets. Day 32, our first dinosaur has hatched. I named them Glaurung and headed in to find a little black dinosaur sat in the coop. I made sure Basil knew I still loved them. Then back to the mines we go, where this happened. Uh-oh, I'm gonna die. Can I get some gold before I go? No! I'm pretty sure this mushroom is poisonous. Run! Oh my god, I'm gonna die. So we made it to level 80. Jumping to day 34, an owl statue has appeared on the farm. As a more experienced Stardew Valley player looking back, I can't believe how lucky I got in this playthrough. I heard a train and went to investigate, getting a small bit of iron as a reward, even more good luck. Also, I have to share this. Look how cute they all are sleeping together. Other than collecting some more materials for sprinklers from the mines, nothing much happened until day 38. It's time to buy some new friends, and I add 2 ducks, naming them Merry and Pippin, and some chickens named after a less known hobbit, Lobelia. I said hi to them and then went back to clearing the farm. On day 39, some coffee beans that I planted have finished, and there's another dinosaur egg in the chicken coop. I had also just started using animation cancelling and it's so satisfying. So much so that I totally forgot about the luau and just cleared my farm for the entire day. On day 41, we have loads of crops that are finished, so we're off to woo Sophia. I had decided to marry her in this series, and shortly after we had a cutscene at Robin's, where Demetrius tries to intimidate us. I also bought our second coop, as the more coops we have, the quicker we can incubate and hatch dinosaurs. Then I made some new sprinklers and planted the new seeds I had bought. On day 43, whilst harvesting my crops, I decided to upgrade my axe. With the axe being upgraded, it means no tree chopping for a bit, and I met my least favourite character on the beach. I found out straight afterwards that Sophia is friends with Haley, so I'd better watch my mouth, and then finish the day with some fishing on my farm. Day 44, our second coop has been built, and I decided to fish all the way until day 45. Our wheat has finished, and I grabbed Moz and headed to see Sophia. She wasn't feeling great today, but we still have chores to do, namely upgrading my second chicken coop and spending some time clearing the tree stumps off of the farm. This is the point in the video where I stop skipping days if I think they're not interesting. The whole hatching dinosaurs thing really starts snowballing from this point onward. Okay, let's jump straight back into it. On day 46, we have another dinosaur egg. We don't have to wait too long until the second coop is upgraded, and then we can hatch both at the same time. We have extra luck, so I headed to the mines today to collect more stone and gold for sprinklers. The farm clearing is going really well too. Cut to day 47 and the second coop is done, and I organised my storage. Are you guys proud of me? We now have 2 dino eggs hatching at the same time, and I decided to build a barn to change things up. This is something I do end up regretting later. On day 48, we have a rare rainy day. With no ideas, I headed back to the mines, with aims to get to level 100. There is a lot of gold down here though, and we made it! Collecting the star drop, which filled us with thoughts of backups? That's right, back up your work, people. I say this from experience. Day 49, it's flower time. So pretty. Our farm on Stardew as a Witch is prettier though. I went back to Pierre's and bought some more basil, then headed around the town, handing out gifts, starting with Sophia. I had the seasonal outfits mod on in this playthrough. It's really weird seeing everyone dressed in different colours than they're usually in. Day 50! Our barn has finished. As with the Stardew as a Witch 100 days, this isn't really 100 days. It's a whole year long, so 112-ish, and there's some extra stuff at the end, so more like 115. Day 51! We have another dinosaur! I named them Smaug and found a little green friend in the chicken coop. I grabbed Basil, then off to the beach we go to do some fishing. I caught a starfish and fell in love with his little cute face, so I bought a fish tank for him to live in. Good morning. Why does my house look like a tip, you ask? I started rearranging it last night and all of my dogs were in the way, but now we can properly rearrange it. You guys might hate it, but you don't live here. Off to Marnie's now. It's time to buy some cows. I named them Boromir, Faramir and Elendil, and then got some more chickens named after obscure hobbits, Angelica, Frediger and Otho. Once I got home, I found a duck on the wrong side of the river. I kept him company whilst his friend really freaked out on the other side. I stayed with him all the way until nightfall. By day 53, the stray duck had vanished back into its coop. But more importantly, we have a new dinosaur egg. I told you things would snowball. It's time to make the farm safer. I added some fences to the other side of the river, and now the ducks have a really cute area to swim in. I also said hi to all my cows and then sold a ton of stuff in one go at Pierre's. Time to upgrade my watering can to steel, and then give out gifts around the town. Day 54, it's raining, which means a mining day. This is also the day I decided to sell my soul to the devil, and I signed up to Joja. Apparently this cursed the mining session as it went terribly. Day 55, I headed to the museum to show off everything we had collected so far. I still have tons left to get, but it was a pretty good effort. This is Editor Doodle talking here, because I have no idea what I've written in my notes. Apparently I was sick of my straw hat, so I bought a dairy. As in milk and cheese dairy. I don't know, you'll be able to see on the screen what I've switched my hat to. Day 56 is the final day of episode 2. I placed all my sprinklers in advance and cleared my farm for the screenshots. It's also summary time. I'm terrible at making friends, but our skills are doing much better. We managed to get a ton of sprinklers, build a barn, and hatch 2 dinosaurs so far. The farm is looking way clearer too. I finished the season watching the moonlight jellies with all the villagers that I barely spoke to. And look how disgusting this path looks now. I went to Pierre's to find seeds for peanut, quince, soy, and butternut, just to name a few. I got loads of vanilla crops too, with fairy flowers at the very end, leaving us extremely poor. I then spent the rest of the day planting and watering everything I had bought. Day 58! We have another dinosaur egg! This is the point at which I realised I probably shouldn't have built that barn and should have built a 4th coop instead. Off to Sophia's we go, and I had downloaded a Portraiture mod. I gave out some gifts in town, and then said goodnight to my cute little fishies before bed. On day 59, I was saying hi to all my animals when I discovered we have another dinosaur, which I named Ankalagon. Unfortunately, it's our first duplicate, and he's green. I heard a train and went to have a look, but it didn't drop anything this time. On day 60, I watered my crops, then discovered yet another egg, so I went and bought a third chicken coop. I put it on the other side of the river, then headed to the mines to collect some iron. I managed to get a decent amount considering how long I was mining for. Day 61, it's time to make some kegs. I have a little automated area over here where I've been putting my preserve jars. I had tried to childproof the duck pen, but headed over and found this. You are such a stupid duck. Day 62, I did some chores like milking my cows and harvesting my soybeans. I sold a lot of stuff to Pierre and then found a Minecraft wallpaper and couldn't resist buying it. I also got a fourth cow named Aragorn and had a laugh over this wallpaper. Day 63, our new coop finished, so I moved my dinosaurs across. I had just started my Stardew Valley as a witch series, so got confused and decided to water my crops one by one. Then went and gave Sophia a sunflower. My farm is looking super clear now, but I still went to chop trees for the evening. Look at how cool all these crops look on day 64. I went and checked to see if the dinos were in the new coop, which they were. I also discovered that Huckleberry sells for a ton of money. Then back to being a lumberjack. Day 65. New day, new dino. Things are really starting to ramp up. I named them Balrog because I've run out of Lord of the Rings named dragons. But it was another black one. Double duplicates, that's so unlucky. I water my crops, but it's blackberry season, so I spent most of this day running around the map with mozzarella. Day 66, even more dino eggs, but it's a gift day. I gave a gift to Penny and one to the wizard, where I found out I had somehow made it to mid-autumn, having never talked to the wizard before. Day 67, our preserve jar monster is steadily growing. I decided to go to Joja Mart and unlock the minecarts, which got fixed overnight. Day 68, I decided to go to the mines, and this is how that went. Did I seriously just run all the way here when I could have gotten a minecart? Oh, what is wrong with me? Oh, so could have. Okay, minecarts. Got to remember minecarts. And look here, I guess I forgot the minecarts existed on the way home too. Typical. On day 69, we finally have fairy flowers for Sophia. I found myself back at Robin's. Not for a coop this time, but for some horse stables. That evening, I actually went fishing. So far, we've had a pretty lucky series. Who's ready for some more? On day 70, I had reached level 10 farming overnight and picked Coop Master, meaning dino incubation just went from 12 days to 6. I didn't know this existed, so this was not planned. Straight after this great decision, which I was very proud of, I made a terrible one, buying the catalogue to decorate my tiny house. I thought it had paths for the farm, I didn't realise it was just interior. I tried to hand out some gifts, but I had some trouble with the seasonal outfits mod conflicting with the portraits, so I had to remove it. By day 71, we have a horse. I tried to name him Shadowfax, but it wouldn't fit, so they ended up as SF. And whilst on the topic of naming things, we have a new dino, who I named Shelob, and is our first blue friend. I gave out some gifts around the town, making sure to visit Sophia and the wizard, then went fishing to end the night. Day 72, it's the Stardew Valley Fair. I put in a dino egg, duck egg, salmon, and gold quality pumpkins. I spent a while on the spinning wheel, then began the competition, winning first place with a rating of 95. 1 star drop, please, and then I bought everything else that I could afford. Day 73. It's time for one more coop. Just one. It's not a problem. I can stop whenever I want to. Whilst I was there, I bought some paths and lighting from Robin. then spent the rest of the day spamming them everywhere. Day 74, I'll admit, I was really regretting the paths I had used. Got a cutscene with Sophia, who was sad, so we took her to Pet Dusty. I handed my pickaxe in to get upgraded at Clint's, then chopped trees at the far edges of my farm, away from those hideous paths. Day 75, I wanted to unlock something new, so I headed to Joja and bought the bus repair. Look at Morris's face, our money makes him so happy. I visited the beach and got an iridium fishing rod too, then headed home to use it. Day 76, our 4th Coop is done and needs upgrading. Also, our pickaxe is finished. I had moved quite a few buildings around, but today is a day for adventure. This farm has a dock area, and if you click on the boat, it takes you to a little hidden quarry area. I spent a while clearing it up and exploring the edges to see if there was anything else. Day 77, it's Sunday, so a gift giving day. I am so bad at talking to the villagers, so I always try to make it a goal in every series. Due to Stardew Valley Expanded, there's also a shed to the right of my farm, so I began breaking some boulders to see what's inside. Day 78, it's new dino time. I named them Watcher after Watcher in the water, but it's another dupe. A blue one. Off to the mines we go on the hunt for some iron. And I forgot that minecarts exist, yet again. It's been a while between recording again, so I've actually forgotten what my horse's name is. I'll see it in editing, but at the moment I have completely forgotten. I know the initials SF stand for something, but in my head I just thought Semifredo. Don't think that's what it stands for. Shadowfax! Not Semifredo. I handed my axe to Clint to be upgraded, then finally acknowledged how much I hate the paths. Time to start tearing it all down. Day 80, I should have been making yet another coop, but instead I upgraded my house. The rest of my time was spent fixing my mistakes from the week before. Day 81, our steel axe is done. Let's go exploring our farm. I headed south and destroyed some logs, finding a little tombstone hidden in the forest. I'm pretty sure this is a hot spring, though I have no idea how you get down into the water. Heading all the way to the bottom right corner of the farm leads you to a foraging area. I was stopped from going further by an iridium meteor. Last little bits of exploring now. I poked my head up this ladder and found some more forageables. This map is huge, but a lot of fun to look around. Day 82, it's time for more community development projects. I bought myself a greenhouse, and then put some more paths down before continuing to decorate my farm in the rain. Day 83, look how big this house is! I did several hours of decorating, then went to see my new dinosaur. I named them Fell Beast, and it's white! Can we get a second new colour? Come on, Nazgul! And they're green. Oh well. Our greenhouse is ready, and it's huge inside. Evelyn arrived on day 84, but I was too busy being upset about missing Halloween. More rolling the dice now. We named one Angmar, who turned out blue, and one Numenor, who is just a standard vanilla dinosaur. To keep up with tradition, I showed off our museum progress before having a look through my stats. More importantly, here's our farm. Look how much space we have. Who would ever be able to use all of this? Winter has begun on day 85, along with the final episode for this series. I left my farm and spotted a shadow person running away, then off to Pierre's. We have quite a few winter seeds, which is exciting, and bought a bit of everything. I spent the rest of the day planting it all. Day 86, I bought some more broccoli and silver gourd, and then ran to find out when Sophia's birthday is. Turns out, it's pretty much the last day of the season, making it very unlikely I would be able to marry her this year. I went to buy a hat to cheer myself up, ending up with a little butterfly hairband. On day 87, I realised that jam is something you can gift people. I gave Linus a gift from the floor, then built another coop, as you do. Demetrius, I have a question for you. How would you like some tasty jam? Oh, there you are. Kids, do you like jam? You do. Oh, fantastic. Have a soybean. I realised at this point that we could marry Penny. Something which many people in my live streams will find unforgivable. However, it was a long time ago, okay? Please forgive me. Day 88, we got a letter from Pierre saying bouquets were available. I got nervous and tried to put it off, but ended up asking Penny if she would like a relationship. At this point, I didn't know that you can't get the pendant in winter, making the whole Penny thing totally pointless. I'm very sorry. Day 89 was the second day of betrayal. I had decided to sell the cows and barn to make room for more chicken coops. Goodbye, bovine friends. Next up, Penny is having a picnic in the snow. She asked us to be a guest speaker, and this is how it went. Oh, you little brats! We're like, whoa, Penny! Yes, Vincent. Farmer Doodle, can I put a saddle on one of your cows and ride... Oh, Vincent. Vincent, you're gonna make me cry. So, needless to say, it went really well, and I didn't go home traumatized at all. On day 90, Gondor the dinosaur was born, and they are cream coloured. Round 2, Arnor hatched, filling the grey spot. I now had almost all the dinosaurs. Grey, blue, green, white, cream and black, along with the vanilla dino in the coop. All that's left is purple. Surely we can get it in winter. I went to Robin's and demolished the barn, moving the new coop into its place. I made sure to gift Robin in thanks for all her hard work. Day 91, Magnus's ex-missus flew over, and I ran to the coop, panicking that something had happened to my dinosaurs. I also learned something new. Here's a secret, my sister loves guava. Who's your sister? Haley can't be her sister. I'm so beyond confused. Give me a second, I'm just going to look this up. Haley is her sister? How did I not know this? On day 92, we got a visit from Gunther telling us we were about to be given a lot of money for our museum help. Magnus also decided that now is the time for magic lessons, but there's something more important to do today. It's time for some ice fishing. After having our feelings crushed by Penny, I destroyed the ice fishing competition, getting a sailor's cap and some new bait. I put on the sailor's hat and felt very dapper. Day 93, I incubated some more dinosaur eggs and arranged my animals. Then, off to the exercise class we go to give out some gifts, something which I continued until evening. On day 94, I realised that despite having unlocked it, I had yet to visit the desert. I went to the shop and met Sandy, who left a very good impression. Then checked out the bouncer's profile picture, which is side on and very cool looking. No idea why I'm looking like a sailor every day. Guess it was just a phase that we were going through. But Magnus is teaching us some shape-shifting magic, so I'm sure I'll... Nope, now we have pigtails. It's day 95, and I headed back to the mines, determined to make it to level 120. The furthest I made it was level 109, so this might take several attempts. Day 96. Gandalf was born. But he was a disappointment, as was Gimli. Come on, Purple Dino. We ran a quest for Magnus and gave him a gift, but level 120 was calling, so I tried again. We got a hammer called the Slammer, and at nearly 1 in the morning, I made it to the Skull Cavern's key. Every day is Dino Day, and today's was called Legolas. As you can see, we have 5 eggs left over, so I really should have been building more coops. Ah well. I smashed open a load of geodes with the hopes of handing them into the museum, then visited Sophia, who was sat on the floor in her room looking adorable. Day 98, all our silver gourd is done, and I managed to gift Harvey on his birthday, totally by accident. I handed out some gifts to George and Leah, and this continued into the next day where Penny was angry about being called Twee. The winter market is on tonight, so I bought tons of plants. And an iridium fireplace, because why not, I guess. It's day 100! That's it, series over, everyone go home. I'm kidding. A letter has arrived from Penny, inviting us to the bathhouse. I also went into the shed for the first time, and that evening, we went and met Penny. This scene is so cringy, but as far as 10 heart events go, there's definitely worse. Day 101, it's the wizard's birthday, so here we are. Have some void essence. I tidied up the farm, and then it's time for the night market again. I had a look at the mermaid show, however the sound was turned off, so enjoy whatever it is I've put in the background here. With nothing else I wanted to buy, I teleported home. Day 102, I was about to be heartbroken. I thought the snow counted as rain, meaning I could get the pendant, but the guy was nowhere to be found. I decided I would try to make a rain totem, and on the way home we discovered Magnus in a tricky spot with a load of Junimos. We freed him and got to meet this cutie pie. Day 103, I wanted to get my foraging skill to level 9, so chopped a ton of trees in the forest. That night, the rain totem got unlocked. On day 104, I had the recipe menu up and found out that rain totems need truffle oil. I don't have a barn, full stop, never mind a fully upgraded one, and never mind pigs, so I decided to extend the video a bit into spring to allow us to get married to Penny. To make up for this, because I was rushing the series, I decided to sleep for 2 days. Cut to day 106, and it's snowing again. We had a dinosaur hatching this time, which I named Philly and then went out to give gifts, stumbling into a cutscene with Harvey. Harvey took our pulse and stuff, and then I headed out to see Penny. She was being really cheesy, saying things like this. Oh yeah, of course there'll be hot tea involved. Hot tea from a hottie. Oops, sorry, that was bad. Afterwards, I went and bought a new hat, changing my hair back to what it was originally and our clothes, entering our final form for the series. On day 107, Marnie contacted us, letting us know she wanted some cave carrots, which I guess we can do. I brought it over, dumping it on the floor in front of her, and got a bit of money as thanks. Into Marnie's room I went, grabbing the mayor's shorts, then I tidied the farm for the rest of the day. On day 108, we added Legolas and Galadriel to the crew, neither of which were purple. That afternoon, I entered Skull Caverns for the first time. We lasted 2.5 hours, but considering the weapons I was using, leaving was the right thing to do. We're getting towards the end now. It's day 109 and Yobamus. Our gift partner was Pierre, and we gave him a peanut. Jodie then gifted us an entire mug of beer, which we will no doubt re-gift to Pam. Ooh, Pam, here, have a beer. I handmade it myself. I also gave Clint some jam for his birthday, by accident, and went and talked to Andy for pretty much the first time too. Whilst looking for Leah, we overheard her on the phone screaming at her ex. A normal person would have left and come back later, but obviously we just walked straight in and demanded information. Day 111, it's Sophia's birthday, so we went and gave her a gift. We may not be marrying her in this series, but I still want to be friends. I wanted to unlock some more stuff for Joja before the day ends, so fixed the quarry bridge and bought some decorations from Robin. The rest of the day was spent placing them all on the farm. It's sort of the last day. Well, it's the last day until we get married. It's also our final chance to get a purple dinosaur. I named them Elendil, but they were grey. Look how many dinosaurs we ended up with. Ah, what a shame. This is how the museum ended up. And now I will see you guys at the wedding. It's day 119. Here we are, getting married to Penny. Control yourself, chat. Control yourself, please. Stab some cushions to get out the anger. We're married now. No going back. You'll just have to deal with it. On the screen now should be the final shots of the farm scrolling through, along with all of my lovely members at the top. If you want more 100 Days content, I have a couple right here. I really didn't want this series to rot at the bottom of my channel, and I think this was a really great way to give it one last chance in the sun. And with that, I will see you all next time. Bye!